The Bengals had one of the worst defenses in the NFL last year, and it caused them to miss the playoffs. If they ever want to get back to the Super Bowl, they need to massively improve that unit. They started by firing Lou and hiring Al Golden from Notre Dame, but if they really want to improve that defense, they need to draft Shaun Dolac.
First, let's discuss why linebacker is a position of need for the Bengals. Sure, they might have signed former Eagle Oren Burks in free agency, but the signing of Oren Burks was more reactionary than proactionary. Wait, is that even a word? Anyway, the Bengals are facing uncertainty at linebacker, and Al Golden wants to rebuild the linebacker room, which makes sense because Al Golden was the former Bengals linebacker coach, so he knows all the ish that's going on at linebacker more than any of us. So let's review all the stuff that's going on to explain why linebacker is a position of need for the Bengals. 1. The Bengals lost Akeem Davis-Gaither in free agency when he signed a 2-year, $10 million deal with the Arizona Cardinals. From doing my very highly scientific research on Twitter, I learned that Davis-Gaither was liked by Bengals fans, but he won't really be missed either. And that makes sense because he was more of a depth piece than an impactful playmaker for the Bengals defense. He played 535 snaps last season, and his production wasn't anything to really glamour about. He had the 121st best PFF grade out of 189 linebackers last season, and he had around 80 tackles. But again, not a whole lot of impactful plays. He did have 1 interception and 1 forced fumble last season, but he didn't accrue any sacks. So I understand why Bengals fans feel kind of so-so about him. 2. I guess there's beef between longtime starter and defensive captain Jermaine Pratt and the Bengals. Ian Rappaport reported that Pratt requested a trade from the Bengals on February 12th, which was pretty shocking to me as a non-Bengals fan because Pratt has been in Cincy for a while and I kind of just considered him a staple of that defense. What was more shocking to see is I guess Bengals fans have started to really dislike Jermaine Pratt. According to Who Dey Era on my highly scientific research database, Twitter, Who Dey Era said in response to the news about Pratt requesting a trade, Jermaine Pratt has been real poopy for 2 years, so feelings mutual buddy. Which then Ace from the Cleaners responded with, he's your leading tackler, ... that D can't afford to lose him. And from the outside looking in, that's what I initially thought too. But then Ace from the Cleaners was rebutted with a flurry of responses like, he's replaceable, trust me. He's top 3 in missed tackles too. Buddy, LOL. So it looks like there won't be any tears shed if Jermaine Pratt is traded or cut because it sounds like Pratt was missing tackles and not making enough plays. Trading or cutting Pratt would also clear $5.8 million in cap space for the Bengals. So the Bengals can add more money to their cap space just to absolutely refuse to give Trey Hendrickson any of it and continue to tell him, hey, just be happier and shut up. And the comments about Jermaine Pratt missing tackles is a perfect segue for my third reason why the Bengals linebacker room is facing uncertainty in 2025, and that's the actual play and performance of the linebackers last season. As we already noted for Jermaine Pratt, he had a missed tackle issue last season, but to put that into perspective for you, he missed 19 tackles and had a missed tackle percentage rate of 12%. And to make it worse, Akeem Davis-Gaither had a missed tackle percentage rate of 14%. Pratt and Davis-Gaither also received really mid grades from PFF, which were 60.6 and 59 respectively. I actually have nothing bad to say about Logan Wilson. He was far and away the Bengals' best linebacker last season. The only cautionary point I'll say about Wilson is he injured his knee in the back half of the 2024 season, and he had to get surgical cleanup on it. And I put that in quotes because I have no idea what that means. But I think Wilson will be fine for the 2025 season because I didn't see anything that said otherwise. All in all, the Bengals need to find more linebackers that produce like Logan Wilson to strengthen that linebacker room. And I know that's easier said than done, but we have the perfect recommendation for the Bengals front office. And that guy's name is Shaun Dolac.
Shaun Dolac fits that grinder mentality that Al Golden's looking for in his players. Coming out of high school, he had no offers, so he decided to take a preferred walk-on opportunity at the University of Buffalo. Over the next 5 years, he went from walk-on to starter to the first-team All-American in school history. But Dolac is more than just a hard worker. He is a natural of the react attack style that Golden coaches into the front 7 of his defenses. Unlike traditional 4-3 defenses that expect players to attack and react to the type of block they are feeling, Golden wants his players to read the lineman's blocks, then attack to defeat those blocks. This plays right into Shaun's strengths. He's a high IQ player that excels when he's able to read the blocks in front of him and then blow up plays or drop into routes like he did at Buffalo. But Dolac isn't a perfect player. There is a reason he's projected to be an undrafted free agent. He was highly productive in college but played against a lower level of competition and could struggle against the jump of competition. He also isn't going to blow it away with his athleticism and plays with heavy feet. I think the concerns are a little overblown because he wasn't just productive in college, he won Defensive Player of the Year for the MAC, and he also ran a 4.55 40 at his pro day and had one of the highest relative athletic scores for any linebacker in this draft. So I believe he should be fine against tougher competition.
So what impact would Shaun Dolac bring to the Bengals defense? Simply put, he would make the Bengals defensive unit a playoff caliber one. Shaun Dolac solves the biggest problem the Bengals linebackers had last season, which was missing tackles. To remind you, Jermaine Pratt had a 12% missed tackle rate and Akeem Davis-Gaither had a 14% missed tackle rate. Dolac is much more of a sure tackler, and he had a 5% missed tackle rate last season. All in all, Dolac will bring a real sense of elite tackling ability to the Bengals linebacker core. Also, Shaun Dolac's natural fit in Golden's system alongside Logan Wilson will give the Bengals two impact players at the linebacker position that can flip a game on its head. With Golden's love of using stemming along his front seven, Dolac's high physicality and motor will be invaluable when he has to line up at the line and set the edge. Dolac has proven during his days at Buffalo University that he plays with an aggressive downhill style and is not afraid to take on blockers and loves to meet running backs in the backfield. And his stats show his disruptive nature. He had 19 tackles for loss and 6 sacks in 2024. Last but not least, Shaun Dolac was a captain at Buffalo and he will bring a sense of leadership to the Bengals defense. Sure, he will be a rookie and he will need to earn his right to be a vocal leader, so he will first have to lead by action, which won't be a problem for him. Dolac is known for his effort and his preparation, and he gives a 100% effort in every single play, which makes him a tone setter. Al Golden and the rest of the Bengals defense will appreciate the way that Dolac carries himself, and they will recognize him as a young leader on that Bengals defense.
But let's bring the expectations back down to earth. Whether he goes undrafted or in the 6th round, he still is going to have an uphill climb to make the roster, let alone start for the Bengals. There are already a couple of good players in the locker room, and he'd have to jump over them as well as adjust to the level of competition. He more than likely will spend most of his rookie year as a special teams player, but if he can make the most of those opportunities, he should earn himself some playtime, and I expect he'll take advantage of every snap he gets. He reminds me a lot of former Wisconsin Badger Jack Sanborn, who ended up being a really good linebacker for the Bears before signing with Dallas in free agency. Shaun Dolac isn't flashy. He doesn't come from a powerhouse program, and he might not wow you with a viral highlight reel, but what he does is bring exactly what the Bengals defense and Al Golden need. Toughness, effort, leadership, and elite level production. But Dolac's story is one of perseverance and production, and even if his path starts on special teams, don't bet against him becoming a core piece of the Bengals defense. With Al Golden at the helm, Shaun Dolac might just be the culture change that this unit's been waiting for. If you're a Bengals fan looking for the next underdog to root for, circle this name because Shaun Dolac could be the heart of Cincinnati's defense before long. Let us know down in the comment section what you think. Should the Bengals take a Shaun Dolac? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any more of our videos. Thank you so much for watching. We're the RFL Show, and we'll see you in the next video.